Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, and today we're going to talk about Tattoo Chef or TTCF, and we're going to talk about their earnings. So Tattoo Chef reported earnings last night, and I'll kind of give my thoughts on their earnings. But if you could smash the like button, if you are new, make sure to subscribe. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers. I think we're like 80 subs off now, so yeah, we've kind of got a few days to, if we can do it this week, that'd be absolutely amazing. But yeah, I was not going to do a Tattoo Chef video just because I thought there's just so many videos like covering Tattoo Chef now compared to when I first started doing Tattoo Chef videos. Like, I think I didn't know anyone making Tattoo Chef videos, but now there's so many out there. I thought I'll just leave it for everyone else to cover. But yeah, there wasn't that many that I saw actually over the last kind of few hours. So I thought, you know what, let's do it. And we did used to do Tattoo Chef Thursdays on here, but yeah, it's good to bring it back, I guess. I don't know if it'll be here every week, but it's good to go through it. But yeah, we'll try and cover everything. The big thing I'm going to say is that there wasn't like loads of things to go through, because the only, like last week I believe it was, or if it wasn't last week it was the week before, Tattoo Chef made a massive announcement by acquiring New Mexico Foods. So there's another video from like 2 weeks ago, or maybe last week, talking about that, and there was a lot more good information on that, and I think that kind of took a little bit of shine off this quarter because there was a lot of positive news there. But still, that was a great purchase by the company. But even here in the quarter, there was still some really good information. Now, it was a bit of a strange price movement. Like the stock price went like down a little bit, then recovered, and I think last time I checked it was down like 2%. So yeah, it was really weird how the price movement was going on with the company. We'll see how it opens up today. I thought it was a pretty decent quarter, but yeah, very strange price movements with how growth stocks are going at the moment. More than likely we'll probably be down by the time it does open up. But yeah, what we're kind of looking for is that, forget kind of all this stuff that's going on with the stock market at the moment where great growth companies are kind of selling off. We're just looking at this quarter and thinking, is this a solid company? Is this another solid quarter that is going to be the reason why this company is going to 5x in the next kind of 5 years, really? And that's what we're looking for to build on. And hopefully, if we still see the company performing very well, what that will also lead is the valuation to drop as well, because it's beating revenue estimates as well. And if we do get the stock even cheaper, I'm not going to complain too much, because I'll probably buy a few more shares, because this is one of my favourite stocks out there in the stock market at the moment, because for me it's just such a clear plan of like how well this company's going to do. But yeah, I think overall it was a good quarter. For me, I gave this one probably like an 8 out of 10. They performed everywhere that I wanted them to perform, with the branded sales growth, the revenue growth side of it, the partnerships, still seeing how they're developing. So that was really good. But it wasn't like it didn't blow like expectations for me. Like they're performing what I expected them to do, really. Don't get me wrong, for another company this is an amazing quarter for them, growing at these sort of rates. But when I compare it to the likes of like a Shopify, for example, or a DraftKings, their estimates were just blown out the water. I mean, these guys did very well, but I'm just saying from a point of view, like, crazy news. Like, it was good news, it wasn't crazy news. But yeah, it was a solid quarter. It was better than Q4. Q4 for me, when I listened to Q4 last time on Tattoo Chef, I was a little bit disappointed. I thought like it just felt like they were like, ugh, I'm not really bothered. I felt even like Sam Gletti, I was a bit disappointed in Sam Gletti, because I was like, when I listened to Analyst Day, like I think it was a month or 2 months prior to this actual quarter, I was like blown away with the company. The level of detail he went into, the way that he showed the company off. It was proper showing the company off, like, this is why we're amazing. And we went into Q4, and Q4 was just a bit like, yeah, that's what we did, and yeah, we'll see what happens, and it should be okay. And it's like, come on, Sam, you gotta hype it up a little bit. If your company's smashing it, show it off. Sound excited about the company. And Q1 was a lot better. When it got round to how they were saying on the sales side of it, when they started talking about the partnerships, it was a bit going back to like the Analyst Day, when they're like, oh, look how amazing our Walmart deal is, and they just keep ordering more from us. Look at Target, they're going to keep ordering more from us because their sales are absolutely amazing. And it was getting a bit better from their point of view. So Q4 was better. The Q&A session, thank God, was so much better than last time as well. Still needs a little bit of work. There could be a few more. I'll say a few things a little bit later on, but they could work on it a little bit more. But we're getting better. So overall, revenue growth at 59%. That was pretty good. Obviously, 59% growth is a fantastic number. It beat what analysts were expecting, but I'm not going to lie, I did expect it to be somewhere around this number. That's why I said it. If they came out with like revenue of 60+%, then I'd have been like, whoa, that's okay. That was even better than what I expected. But yeah, these guys are expected. They just rose their outlook, to I think it's 63% revenue growth this year, and they're going to smash that by the end of the year because of this new Mexican foods acquirement that they've done. This here is going to get smashed because you're going to get all the sales from that factory and the brand side of it now. So there's no doubt the outlook's getting sandbagged massively. I think even a few analysts on the call were like, how do we come to this? What isn't in the guidance? And they were very like secretive about it. You can even put little scraps on going like, oh well, this isn't in the guidance, and you can kind of work it out. But even that wasn't kind of given. Sometimes when you listen to some conference calls, they'll say like, oh, this so-and-so isn't in guidance. And the only thing we kind of got really was when they acquired the new company, there's 2 factories they got, and the only thing they did say is the second factory isn't in guidance. So that's the only thing we don't exactly know how it works out. Branded sales rose 105%. This is what we want to see. The Tattooed Chef brand is what I think is absolutely amazing. And this is definitely what we want to see. It's making more and more of the revenue up, which we kind of hoped would happen as well. So good to see that everything that we thought, this amazing brand is still an amazing brand. And this is what I kind of wanted. This is what I wanted analysts on the conference call to kind of dig into. I wanted them to dig into the branded sales. I wanted them to try and get a few more numbers out of them. And they didn't, I don't know who the analysts are that keep getting in for these conference calls, but I would love them to kind of go into detail like, okay, you've recently launched a e-commerce platform. How much revenue is that bringing in? How much revenue is your e-commerce platform making up of branded sales? How much is they're doing subscriptions now? How much is your subscriptions coming in? How much is that making up of these sales? When you talk about Target, how much is Target revenue making up of this? How much is Walmart? How much is the Walmart revenue increasing? Also, like, is the actual supply issues? Because one thing that's been very clear is a lot of people have been saying, every time they've gone into Target, the product's sold out. And I'd love them to dig into this a lot more. I would have loved them to dig into like the new Foods of Mexico acquirement a little bit more. I would love them to dig in. So so you bought them 2 factories. What's the plan with the other 2 factories? Are you still going to expand them? I think they did say that actually they were going to expand them a little bit, but are you now thinking your factory in Italy is going to go off and you're going to send that food to a bit more like EU? What's your plans for development out of the US side of it? Are you looking at Canada? How's the Costco deal doing? They didn't really dig into it for me. I wanted them to dig into that a lot more, and Sam Glade didn't give any numbers out, which you don't have to do, but from an analyst point of view, if you're on the conference call, dig in. I want to see what's growing in this company. And they didn't do that, and that's one thing I would have loved them to see them do, but yeah, nevertheless, the sales were pretty good. Store counts are going up, so we've got 4,000 right now. They did say by Q2, which is coming up next, and that's going to be 6,000 stores, and then hopefully by the end of the year, 10,000 stores. So you can see here that like the increase is just insanely good, and if they're going to increase at this sort of rate, you can just see this revenue increase is just going to be blown out the water. Like, they're doing 59% now, and their outlook is raised to like 63%. And you're telling me they've just bought 2 new factories and they're going to be like in nearly over double the amount of stores that they're in at the start of the year compared to where they're going to be at the end of the year. The guidance is just going to get absolutely blown out of the water for sure. Once they get these more and more stores coming in, I think they said they've got more independent stores. I think Albertsons was another one that they also got acquired. There was also a couple of other chains that they got into, chains of like a couple thousand stores as well. So yeah, you can see like them sort of deals are going to step them up. You can, for sure, the one thing that we definitely got from here is the guidance was and still is very low and very easy for them to beat. So we know that's going to happen. But yeah, everything there, like we just wanted to see the sales still coming in and the stores increasing, which was great. The very impressive, my favourite bit of the whole conference call is when we got into the target, because I felt like that was kind of giving us I always, when I listen to conference call, I always like to pick up on little hidden gems of like things that are going on that you wouldn't see on a financial report. You know, you can, if you go on the conference call and say, our revenue grew so and so, but that's also going to be on like the when you report your actual numbers of your quarter. But I love seeing like things that you would only know if you're inside the company. And when we got onto the target, that's when I saw like Sam Galetta just like step up a little bit, and he was very excited, and that's what I want to see more of when he's talking about the company. And the more that I want to see Tattoo Chef talk about, and the questions from analysts, they need to improve. I don't know what it is with like Tattoo Chef calls, but this was the part of the conference call I was like, okay, this is now getting really interesting. Started talking about Target, and what was very clear is how well that Target partnership is going. And obviously, you know, the more SKUs that get put into Target, the more they sell the Target in Target stores. And the numbers they were saying were very impressive. You know, the amount of products they're selling per store, the amount of SKUs they're selling per store. And I think there was also, Sam Galetta said at one point, it is the best-selling frozen food launch in Target's history. And that's that said a lot. You know, you think about the amount of frozen food launches that Target will have had, and also you think about how long they've kind of gone on for in their, you know, the history of Target. To have that title is something special, and I think it just shows you how good this product is at selling, how good the product actually is, and also how good the branding is as well. So that was like my favourite part of the call is when they got into detail about the Target and how everything's going and how amazing it's going. It's just confirmation of, you know, how good this product is and why this company is going to 5x and why the revenue is growing so well. So that was my favourite bit of the whole call. Really good to hear that sort of stuff. And I looked and I thought, well, it's just clear that Target are going to order more SKUs, make sure they have them in every single store that they do have. And I thought, you know, it'd be very interesting if Target look at that and go, this is our best selling product, you know, why don't we just, you know, 10% buy a 10% stake in Tattoo Chef? You know, why don't we? You know, I kind of thought about that, but yeah, that was really good. And also moving into ambient and snacks coming soon. So yeah, we kind of knew this was going to come at some point. Snacks, I think they said was Q4, maybe Q1. So we'll see what happens there. But that will give them a lot of different income from just being the frozen food, you know, to have products that go in the freezer, fridge, and snacks as well. It's a good move, you know. Once again, we knew this was coming, but it's good to just get them updates on that. We see that Tattoo Chef are going to be not just a frozen food company, they're going to be very diverse, and I'm sure at some point as well, you know, food services will come in at some point as well. But yeah, overall, like I said, it was a good quarter. You know, it's everything that I wanted to see in the company. Everything, you know, with the sales side of it still very strong. The future stores coming in. Hearing stories like the Target story about how well best-selling ever in the history of Target in the frozen food section. You know, that's everything that I wanted to see. And yeah, that's what I mean. It's a very solid quarter, 8 out of 10. Like I said, there's a few little things that I thought could be worked on a little bit, but everything why I think this stock will, you know, 5x in the next few years is still going on, and that's the big thing that I wanted to hear. And yeah, I'm very happy quarter. And we'll see what Q2. Obviously, they're suggesting there'll be a big jump in stores that are selling the products. So we'll see what happens in Q2. Could be a very exciting quarter next Q2, I think. But yeah, very good. Let me know what you think in the quarter. You know, let me know out of 10 what you thought of this quarter. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video anyway. Smash the like button if you did, and if you are new, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you next video.